Aloha to everyone. Let's finish the White Orchard.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
Obviously, we're going to finish all the quests in the area, not eliminate the White Orchard itself.
Lost your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived, walked right in like 'twere his own. Was standing at me window, peering at the goings-on. He must have read me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So I grabbed me pan for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. But I sees him listening, just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. He's right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. But I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Well, it's been ironic.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come morn, only the first fella left, locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him, and me pan. 'Twere old, black with sort, not worth much, I suppose, but I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan? I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow, well, that he's lying there.
Alright, we're helping even old damsels in distress, old ladies.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around. You should wait here, just in case.
Not there, Geralt.
A corpse. Explains the stench. His throat. He was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing, nothing.
Why the game always spawns me runes for sign intensity?
Documents. Almost entirely burnt. A few pieces still legible.
To trade them, maybe? And now, that is the most fascinating speech so far. A letter. If we should be correct, burnt papers. And when you arrange to meet, you fucking show up. I did, risking my life and the entire blasted operation, and ended up standing there with my plowing cock in my hands, waiting for nothing. I thought the new Guardian army was better organized than that, but you illegible! Tell that blessed Ward General of yours, Ward General, nice, that me and my companions don't hold grudges, so we won't break off negotiations. But since our old plans gone tits up, this time we'll choose the time and place for the next meeting. Wonderful, I shall integrate, especially the tits up.
But when I gab to myself, they say I'm going barmy.
Ah, the priceless frying pan. Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it to make ink, write letters.
Found the pan, have ye?
Don't worry, Granny. I found your
Cracked monocle. Interesting.
Found the pan, have ye?
Here, your frying pan.
Mine? But mine were black with soot. And I could see myself in this one if I wanted. But them years are past.
It was the soot the man needed. He scraped it off to make ink. Must have had an urgent letter to write. Urgently burned some other documents too.
And the other fellow?
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village. Deep, so the necrophages don't dig him up. And take my advice. Don't mention this to the Nilfgaardians.
Hang about! You've earned a token of thanks. Here's for the road. Fry up a nice white fish for supper. Or a pie.
Well, thank you, Granny, for this food. That's nice. Always, you will see food from grandmothers, old ladies, old widows. Important chest.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
'Cause earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones. And it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master. If you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
Of course, that I'll help you.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now, no one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off, please.
Don't worry. I will.
The old oak tree grew in cider with devilish speed, drinking it down in greedy slugs. Then come morning, devil head hurts.
infamous well. Strange, no sign of a ghost. Maybe it only shows at a certain time of day. Grass around the well's scorched. Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. All signs point to a noon wraith.
Read the history about Moonlight. Alright. Noon wraiths. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labors at midday to get out of the sun. They do so to avoid noon wraiths. What Raymond, peasants and their customs. On particularly searing summer days, when the sun reaches its zenith, wraiths will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are noon wraiths, the spirits of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the fields searching for their unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals, though they will kill anyone who doesn't get out of their way in time. They are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible. Noon wraiths are only known to haunt rural areas and usually stay near the place of their deaths. They prey on peasants working in the fields or children playing nearby. Noon wraiths do not bleed and are for the most part immune to the effects of Witcher science. They can create mirror images of themselves which circle their victims in a kind of morbid parody of a dance. This ghostly ritual drains their victims' life energy while adding to their own strength. Noon wraiths are also able to manipulate the physical world to a limited degree, kicking up clouds of dust which temporarily blind and disorient their opponents. Noon wraiths can turn immaterial and are at such times very difficult to wound. In order to force a noon wraith to take corporeal form, one must first trap it with the Irden sign or strike it with a moondust bomb. Once the monster has regained physical presence, one can mount a fast attack with a silver blade, preferably one coated in spectre oil. Contrary to popular belief, noon wraiths can also be encountered at night, but are much weaker then than during the day.
Something's tied the noon wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world. A man, stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood. A journal might be useful.
Yearwood Diary, 27th of March, 1250. It's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the world to the court at Vizima, listed all the harm he has done us, and how he killed John. for not taking off his cap quick enough. How he trampled our feuds when drunk with nary a thought of repayment. How he barked in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. That's horrible. Now we have finally got what we begged militantly for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last, we can live as free men. 12th of April, the first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Walker fumed our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves crossed our threshold. And then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I had ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't ploughs nor hoes, and that we ought to return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I will never take it off. It will always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. 23 of April. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal, to beg us to return to the village. They say he has conned since his son died, that he is not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I have no intention to move 1 inch from here.
That bracelet might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place. Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive. Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades. Another print by the well. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Bloodstains, almost faded, but the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to, must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs. Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship, but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noonwraith for good. Better do it near the well. Need to prepare for this fight. Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Unfortunately, we can't make Spectre, but we are very good. Of course. Are we?
And the bracelet.
Igni.
Igni.
Hey, it works.
Hey, I think it worked.
We need those potions to increase our stamina regeneration. He's draining our health.
She's gone. For good.
I'm sorry, Claire, but I had to kill you. Come on, Roach, really?
Not so fast, Roach.
Wonderful. I'll try it again. Come on, Roach. Make that jump. And he can do it.
Plums are wreaking havoc on my gut.
Well. I'm speechless.
Job done. The well was haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed there. I drove it away.
I just hope every unburied wretch don't start haunting us. Well, that battlefield's gonna cause us a heap of trouble.
If they do, you know who to contact. Meanwhile, Claire, Volker, names ring a bell?
I don't know him. Though I did hear our herbalist Tamira mention a Claire once. Same one, maybe? Your reward, Master Witcher. The gold I'd hid away for Mandy's dowry. Without you, she'd never have lived to wed. Now, there's hope for it, at least.
Of course that we won't take the gold. This would be heartless.
At this point, doubt I'll ever marry. You keep the coin from Mandy, her wedding. Raise a toast to my health then.
Thank you, Master Witcher. Them's warm words. You've a good heart. But I can't let you go empty-handed. Take this, at least. Good luck.
Thank you. Besides, I gathered all of the loot here. Oh. Where are you, Roach? Right, here. Ashamed of your inability to jump. Jump! Good, Roach. Don't worry. The whole world is not watching you, so you may relax, Roach.
Yes?
Listen, ever heard of a woman named Claire? Lived around here?
Heard of her? A mild way to put it. Claire was a friend. The only person dear to me in all of White Orchard. Until her husband, Volker, quarreled with the lord of the manor. He then gathered the family, moved out into the woods to start a new settlement. The lord and his retinue rode there to convince them to return. They were to be civil. No forcing, no bloodshed, but... You saw. Word is Claire said something about the lord's son, Florian. Something that made the lord furious. But who knows the truth?
Lots of misfortune for such a small village.
'Tis so in every village. Even the smallest. You need only ask. But let's not end on a teary note. Here, a bit of solace.
Thank you, Tomira.
Yes?
Tell me something about yourself. What's your story?
A sad one. Do you know the Temple of Melitele in Alanda?
Do I know it? Can't remember how many times I've been there, how many times Mother Neneka stitched me up.
We must have missed each other. I started to become a healer under Mother Neneka. I was but 18 when they took me in. An age at which teachings interest one far less than love. There was a boy, Goslav. He'd bare his chest to work. The novices couldn't keep their eyes off him, tripped over their own feet, dropped things. I left the temple for him. We passed a lovely summer together, and then he left. Neneke refused to take me back. My parents uttered not a word, gave me a travel cloak and a small coin pouch. I struggled long to find a place where I'd feel safe, needed, until I finally arrived here. End of story.
A sad one. Although now,
Got any herbs you're willing to sell?
I'm sure I can find something.
she lives quite well. Oh, decoction. Finally, Arenaria. Bison grass. You can find them here. Alright. Gold ruby ring. Let's give it to her. Hibrito, you need it for the griffin. Whose bane? Whose bane? And these two. And Nostrix. Alright. Ergot seeds. Nostrix. And Wolfsbane. First will be the Noonite decoction. And then will be the Wraith decoction. Bombs. First grape shot. Calcium. Then will be Devil's Purple. Although I won't use it for now.
Farewell.
Now let's make the question marks.
Barbarians.
Barbarians are the new guardians. Here we have wolves, goose, neckers. Wonderful. Again, Geralt. You're just looking.
Damn, you're ugly.
No, just. And now the wolves. Sometimes. Of course, wonderful, wonderful. Just wonderful. Not only my aiming was not right, but now the goose aiming, well, that's wonderful. Alright, I can finally hit them. Oh. Still version 1.3.1 and there bugs. We saved the village. Now I'm going to show the neckers. And hopefully I will survive.
What now?
Have you drove up the monsters then?
Well, I'm trying.
Give me a slingshot.
I'm trying. But here there should be another monster.
Come on, come closer.
Now remember, there were two wolves. Don't worry, folks. Your Witcher is here. Hopefully. Striking the monsters.
If I ever have a son, I'll name him Gareth. Where'd you come from?
I remember
Where'd you come from?
once a wolf just killed those merchants. It was horrible, you know.
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
I wasn't able to save him because he just dies.
Farewell.
He wasn't running. He was just standing there like a stump. Alright, now it would be interesting if I would die.
But the prey, beg evil spares us.
Now those neckers, they are very, very crazy, fast. And level 6 as well. You see? Oh. I'm with the steel sword. Wonderful. Come here, Necker. Alright. I was risking, but managed to kill it. Come here, you Necker. Careful, careful. Alright. Okay, Neckers, not bad, not bad. As you see, Neckers kill wolves. I kill wolves and Neckers. And everyone is happy. Until we manage, until we see, let's say, another elemental or golems. Then it would be harder. I remember when you go in Skellige, there is one place for sin set, and there were like two, how were they called? Not golems.
We'll flail your skin off.
Gargoyles, they were. Now I remember. Those gargoyles. They're really tough one. They can just one-shot you. Alright. Move on to the next question mark. The last one. This one here is only when you're level 8 or near level 10, because the dramas there are level 10 and you can't usually damage them. Oh. Come here, you drummer. Ooh. If you strike the enemy from behind, you deal more damage. If the enemy strikes you from behind, he will deal more damage. Here was, I remember, another exclamation mark. Another quest, which means that I will stop the video because I have to go, and it's already 40 minutes long. Alright, we are going to finish White Orchard on the next video. the Griffin and the last secondary quest.
Are you here to spy or haggle?
I'm here to craft me something.
I'd like you to craft something for me.
My silver sword. The Viper silver sword. More damage, chance to poison, and more experience. Nice. I saw the sword. I didn't want that to, but nonetheless, you should be careful sometimes when you select. Be careful. Sun intensity. I don't need it. My build is not for sorcerer. We will need those sun intensity. And here then art.
So long.
Are you here to
Show me what you're...
I will sell the Witcher silver sword. 2.
So long.
Thank you all for watching. We will continue with the White Orchard for one more time. Let me see the playing time. Yes, usually I remember it is about 3 hours and 15 minutes, almost 4 hours. Thank you.